Hi, story reader for morals. Please help me follow my page, Rachel's Corner, and Rachel OK for more interesting stories and more. Thank you. Today's story is The Woman and Her Gardener. Credit to Chima, The Woman and Her Gardener. Let's read the story and learn from the moral lesson. Maria was a kind and virtuous woman who lived comfortably in her own house. She worked as a barrister and made a very good living. Maria had a gardener called Noah. He was an elderly man who had worked for her for many years. He lived in her house, watering the plants, trimming the trees, mowing the lawns, and weeding the garden. He took proper care of the house and kept the environment clean. Being an honest man, Noah served Maria with intense loyalty. Due to Maria's caring nature, she was kind to him and treated him like a father. She let him eat at the dining room table and sleep in the large guest house. She let him visit his family every weekend. Maria trusted Noah with all her heart. She gave the 65-year-old man keys to every single room in her house, including her own room. She often traveled for days, leaving the house under his care. Whenever she returned, she would find everything in place and in marvelous order. One morning, Maria received a call that her mother was dead. Overwhelmed with shock and grief, she quickly packed her bags and told Noah, "My mother is dead, and I have to go home. I don't know when I will return, but do your job and take care of the house. I left some money on the table for you. Remember to call me if you need anything. Take care." Maria took her car keys and drove away in her car. The following morning, Noah began to plot the means of obtaining money illegally. He thought about stealing the 2 million cash Maria had kept in her drawer. Perhaps he would lie to her that some armed robbers broke into the house and took away all the money. She was going to believe him because she trusted him and knew him to be a decent man. That morning, Noah sneaked into Maria's room and collected all the cash into a bag. He had planned on taking the money to his house and hiding it where no one would notice. However, as he opened the gate to leave the house, he unbelievably bumped into Maria. He jumped in fear at once, unable to believe it was her. It happened that Maria came home to take her diary which contained vital information relating to her late mother. Noah was shaking so violently. It seems he would lose his balance and fall. Maria noticed it and quickly opened the bag and saw all the money he had stuffed in it. She was shocked, dumbfounded, and very disappointed in Noah. She took the bag from him and asked him to lock all the rooms and the gate and go back to his family house until she returned. 1 week later, Maria returned home. Noah came pleading and begging for forgiveness. He was so filled with shame and guilt that he broke into tears. Please forgive me, Mom. You've been so kind to me, and you treated me like I'm your father. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Please rebuild the trust you had in me. It can still work. Maria told him to stop crying and that she had forgiven him, assuring him that she had no grudges against him. Noah felt happy that he was forgiven and that he was given a second chance. However, a few days later, Maria employed a new gardener in her home. He was a young, vibrant man in the prime of his life. When Noah saw him, he was surprised and said, he went to Maria and said with a broken heart, Mom, you told me you have already forgiven me and you hold no grudge against me, but you just employed a new gardener. Why, Mom? Maria took a deep breath and said, yes, I totally hold no grudge against you. Listen, I can forgive you 1,000 times, but I don't think I can rebuild the trust I had in you. It's like a broken glass cup. I tried to mend it, but it never returned to its original shape and size. I'm sorry. Maybe you can now go back to your family permanently. Your wife and children really miss you. Don't forget, if you need anything, I'll be willing to help. You are still like a father to me. Take care. Let's go to the moral lesson. The moral lesson here is trust can take many years to build, but can be broken in just a few seconds. And it takes forever to heal when you broke the trust somebody have in you. When someone gives you their trust, don't take it for granted. Don't break it. Appreciate and treasure it forever. Because when you broke the trust, it can never be the same again. It can never be the same. It will be like a broken cup that you try to amend, but can never be the same. So, don't take the trust someone have in you for granted. Cherish it. Think about it and help me like and share. Thank you. Bye.